Whenever you're ready. We're good? Okay, good. I'd like to call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock or close to it. A motion to adopt the agenda. We have Dave and we have Brad. Those in favor? Carried. Thank you. Any disclosures? None. Adoption of the minutes of our last meeting. Do you have a chance to read them? Moved by Brad. Seconded by Chris lifted his eyes.
I wasn't
So-
here, so I couldn't.
That's okay. We're such those in favor? Carried. Any question on those minutes? We're going to be talking about everything else coming back anyway. So 4.1 Earth Day Green Expo and Community Yard Sale. April 26th. I gave an interview today in French to Voyageurs. They'll be writing up, it'll be out in their paper early next week. Besides that, we're at 38 tables that you were saying. I hope I would get 2 more tables. I've been talking with Rethink Green in Sudbury. And they want to come. We're 90% sure. We'll call you back tomorrow. They don't call me back. So I'm playing right now. But if they would come in at the last minute, I think we should make room for them. And I got one person, I'll call her back, Giselle Majors. She wanted a table and I said I couldn't confirm before tonight. So, and what else do we have coming in? Caitlin's got animals?
Yes, through you, Mr. Chair. So we are having an animal show for the kids. It's called Amanda's Exotic Animals. So she's gonna be putting on a display, bringing some animals in. As well, we just kind of need to confirm who from the committee is going to be there. Or is everyone gonna be there that day? So is Dean gonna be there? Dean, are you gonna make it?
I'm not sure. I'm in and out of the hospital lately and I just wait, what date is it again?
It's April 26th.
Oh, that's a long way away. I'll be there if I can.
Okay, we'll put
Okay,
undetermined, and then we also need to get a panel together to judge the coloring contest that's happening for the kids. So the chair can get numbers or people together for that, because we're gonna do that around noon.
okay. I had Giselle and Dean for the main table coming in, greeting people coming in. And we need someone at a table to accept the coloring for the kids, what you just mentioned.
Yeah, through you, Mr. Chair, we have 2 staff members that are gonna be available that day, Carly being one, Mel the other.
Okay, so we can move around. But for the judging, Chris, are you gonna, you're 26, Saturday. So a committee of 3 to judge the kids coloring, Chris, Brad and John.
Depends on how busy it is, I guess, and in the kitchen at that time of day. Are you doing it at the
Yeah.
end of the day or at noon? Oh, well, then that's probably not good for me.
Well, we'll plug it in if you can make it, Caitlin. Okay, so we got that covered. I'll be there at 8 in the morning.
Okay.
I'll all the names I have, like for the other tables, I'm gonna touch base with him the week before.
Yep.
Just to make sure. So we get no surprises. So what are the food, the canteen, if you want to call it that, or inside food is taken care of by the Monetville ladies, for lack of a better term right now?
The Women's
The
Institute.
Women's Institute,
Yes.
that's what I was. That's what I was.
It's a worldwide
tongue.
organization that has been in existence for, I don't know, 100 years anyway. Yeah,
And I still don't know their name.
it's okay.
Go ahead.
Through you, Mr. Chair, can we get you to just give Carly some info on what you're gonna be selling, prices and all that, so we can just put it up? at
Oh, we
least?
haven't decided on, I have 2 soups and 2 sandwiches and muffins for the morning and cookies,
Okay, just so we have an idea. of,
coffee,
like what's gonna be
water,
there. Okay,
maybe pop of some kind or some kind of a juice or something. That's it.
okay, perfect. Just so we can advertise for it, so people know there's food at the event.
Okay,
I just want to say that I am still working on the wind farm guy. They contact, like there's Pattern Energy, which is the owner, I guess, really. And then the guy that I was telling you that lives in Monetville, he works for the maintenance, like they're the ones that actually run it. He actually runs it. So he asked me to contact Pattern Energy and ask them, to send a representative. So I haven't heard back yet. Hopefully I do.
but we still have room for
You still have
couple of
room for them?
tables, so.
Okay, okay.
And I think maybe we should keep them for something like that.
Okay.
Rethink green and the windmill.
And also, Lloyd Bowles with his car, with his EV, is there going to be
Yeah,
a
but he'll
small
be setting
tent?
up outside, huh?
Yeah, just so we can, so it doesn't just look like a car parked in the parking lot, right? Like, is there a little small tent or something that he can be under or whatever?
Through you, Mr. Chair, yeah, we are gonna bring like a 10 by 10 little shelter for him. We'll set
Okay.
up a table, whatever he's going to hand out or however he's gonna handle it is up to him.
I don't know.
We'll
Yeah,
put it
I'm,
out front of the building.
okay.
Yeah, we can have that close to the door, the entrance.
Mhm. Okay.
Anything else, Joan, from
I don't
your end,
think
from
so.
our,
I don't know if there was anyone else I was supposed to contact. I don't think so.
okay, go ahead, Brad. Still there.
Do you guys have a floor plan figured out yet for all of the exhibitors?
Pretty well, we'll pretty well go, I don't know, Thursday, Wednesday, and kind of place them.
Through you, Mr. Chair, it'd be the same as last year. We had set up, we'll do it Friday there. Make sure,
Yeah, Saturday, Friday, the
Yeah,
day
and
before.
it'll all be set up for when everybody arrives at 8 AM.
They know we label the table, they know exactly where they're going.
So people can set up Friday night then if they so choose.
No, it would be Saturday.
Saturday morning, 8 o'clock. They have from 8 to 9 to bring in their wares and
What about external power? Like for computers so that you can run a PowerPoint presentation or something like that?
there's different plugins around the arena community center. Some need it, some don't. So those that don't, we put them in the center. Anyone that most yard sales don't need, but we do have some exhibits and where were you planning on having the animals?
Little corner here.
The looking at the stage, the left corner opposite from
No, the back one.
the back room kitchen is here?
Is it possible to have a couple of tables for people to sit and eat if they want to, too?
Through you, Mr. Chair, yeah, I have it all laid out. It's ready
Okay.
to go. There'll be 2 tables with some chairs for people to eat.
Okay.
I think we got everything pretty much handled. Fire department's bringing some stuff for kids. We have the municipalities doing the coloring contest, handing out recycling bins, recycling info. Hopefully Food Cycler comes through and gives us a unit to put up for info because we just opened that up. Carly has been working on all the admin for that for starting the program. So that just opened up today and people can start signing up. Hopefully there's still spots by then because it's a couple weeks away and people were kind of anxious to get this, but yeah, so but we have gifts, door prizes for everyone that comes in, just like last year. We got a bunch of swag, ethical swag that's not bad for the environment, obviously, because it's Earth Day. So yeah, we have a wide variety of stuff coming in.
For the coloring contest, we're going to deliver these to the schools, what, a week prior or?
Through you, Mr. Chair, that's already all done.
It's all
It's
done?
already been pushed out to all the schools, and yeah, 2 weeks ago, Carly sent it off to the schools. It's been in the libraries. We've been advertising online, so even if you don't go to school here, as long as you live in French River, that's the criteria. And the other criteria is you have to bring it in the day of, not before, show up, just hand it in and then come around and see the event.
Okey dokey.
Bribery. I love it.
Well, there's also pretty significant prizes for that. There's pretty big prizes for each age group. So there's 3 different age groups and there's 3 gifts for each one. So
Name tags to sign in as they come in. I'll have the maple syrup.
we're gonna do that again. Okay. So we're gonna do a draw for me.
Draw.
Yeah.
The easiest way. Or count numbers.
Or tickets. Or syrup draw.
And that way we get a count of who comes in. Well, I guess with the gifts we've got give out also is a good indication.
Yeah.
Anything else? So if you can be there, it's 9 to 2, so. Jason will probably be opening up around 7:30.
Signs,
Good.
signs are going up soon, or are they already up?
Through Mr. Chair, we have all the signs ordered. Just gotta start popping them up. That'll be next week. I don't want them all blown over and stuff, so we're gonna wait. It's been pushed out, like we're gonna advertise next week, pretty heavy for it all, so. Don't wanna have them all blowing over and still, the weather hasn't really been cooperating for that right now, so.
Okay. Round table. Chris.
No, waiting for the milk. Everyone's ready.
Dave.
Same thing.
Joan.
Okay, well, I'll give you a little synopsis. I went on March 20th. I went to Toronto to attend a one-day conference, and it was called it was put on by the Boltzmann Institute.
Sorry,
because
put on by who?
the Bolt, like bolt, a bolt, Zman Institute. And I guess there are a bunch of engineers who are interested in what they call district heating. And what they mean by that is municipalities involved in heating buildings, like as an aggregate, basically. And so they were asking the question, should Ontario municipalities be required to engage in heating planning? So I'll just, a little bit. I mean, there were lots of people there from the GTA, of course, and many of these municipalities have their own climate change people. Like that's all they do is, plan for climate change. So a lot of what they're doing in the GTA is trying to not only geothermal, but also capturing excess heat. For example, from data centers produce a lot of heat. So, I mean, I'm not saying that any of this is, at a late stage or anything, but capturing excess heat from data centers, from areas where there's a lot of refrigeration, which of course also produces heat, as well as geothermal. There were some presenters there from Germany, and Germany and Europe in general is quite advanced in this. And someone said, I mean, some of these people were from East Germany, and someone said to me that, East Germany was to begin with a very planned society. So they had data on everything, to do with buildings. And you might ask, why buildings? Well, in order to make the green transition, we all know that it's going to, to electrify everything means that the electrical grid is going to have to be tripled, quadrupled, whatever. There's going to be an enormous demand for electricity. So if we can heat buildings with something other than electricity, that takes an enormous load off the electrical grid. In Canada right now, 20% of our emissions are heating buildings. And that's the third largest emitting sector after oil and gas and transportation. So it really would be advantageous. Now, we obviously aren't here in French River. We're not a big municipality, but I did meet one man who was there. He is from the municipality of Oujé-Bougamou. What a name, eh? But it's really northern Quebec. He's from northern Quebec. It's a Cree community in northern Quebec. And they've been doing what they call district heating for 30 years. They heat, I mean, it's a small community. They heat 200 households and 25 businesses from sawdust. They have I think the actual mill is like 15 kilometers from the town, but they haul the sawdust and they heat boilers and they heat the whole town. I'm sure this isn't a new concept, right? People have, I'm sure they're not the only municipality that's done this either. But it really is interesting. And the guy, I mean, I know I've heard people in this municipality also mention this. I mean, otherwise the sawdust basically is sitting there in a pile generating carbon emissions, right, as it decomposes. So he would be, the guy that I met is, I have his card. He would be happy to, do a Zoom presentation. I mean, they have the thing down to all of the plans. I mean, they can tell you exactly what they do. And, it's quite it's been in operation for a long time. They're very happy with it. So anyway, thoughts? Mm-hmm.
Are we big enough for something like that, or?
Well, this
Yes,
is a
we
small.
would be, but it would take more, more thought, more research. Go ahead.
Oh,
Dave.
of course.
initial investment that would.
On all of, yes, it all depends how many dollars to set up.
Yeah, they got money from the government to start off with 30 years ago. And they just recently did an upgrade to their system, you know.
I'm not
Thank-
sure the government would be giving money to burn sawdust right now. Maybe 30 years ago. I'm just saying, I don't think the government would be handing out grants for burning sawdust. Because that also makes emissions, right?
It does, yeah, it does. But much less than every 200 houses and 25 businesses,
Yeah.
creating their own emissions, right?
Hey, thank you, Joan. Brad?
This is more of a, will this gain any traction or any interest for the municipality of French River? As part of the French River Stewardship Council, we collect water samples for the Lake Partnership Program, Ontario government. And I recently came across a group called Water Rangers. And they're a not-for-profit organization that offers an ancillary water sampling kit that is more of an observational kind of thing. They'll measure temperature, alkalinity, conductivity of the water, total suspended solids. Nothing that's really going to be a chemistry related, analytical related. So what we're going to do is perhaps get one kit and test it as part of our water sampling program to see if it can benefit us, to see if there's any way that we can see if it works in areas of blue-green algae. At the same time that I was talking to these folks, they also offer kits for communities, for schools to also go out and take water samples from their docks,
From where?
from their dock,
Oh, okay.
so that it's not a labor intensive kind of a thing. Each kit is about $350, and that's generally about 40 samples, if you will. I'm wondering if, they also give, well, not give, but also partnership with the municipalities for local libraries. And the test kits sit with the library so that if the kids are interested, they can go to the library, sign it out, bring the data back, and the data can be checked into the database. The database is basically live. So as soon as you post your data, it's live. And they've got actually samples from all over the world. Great Britain, Brazil, United States, Canada. They're mostly working in Ontario and Quebec. I'm just wondering if would there be any interest from the schools or from the library to have these kinds of things? Could it be an educational tool for the kids? And I just sort of throw that up in the air. I'm going to talk to one of the high school teachers about this when I talk to him next, and I'm hoping that's at Earth Day, to see if maybe he has any interest. Because this was, he's the science guy, Jeremy, over at the high school. He helped us out with the micro hatchery. So I'm kind of hoping that there might be some interest, at least from the high school, maybe not in the high school, but maybe at the elementary level for the kids to get involved with this.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So if, I mean, well, it's just basically various water properties, and it's more of a passive test rather than an active test. There's no chemical analyses. So you don't have to worry about, wrecking a sample or not taking a sample properly. With this, it's basically sticking a thermometer in the water, sticking a probe in the water, that sort of a thing. Or taking a sample of water, adding a certain filter to it and comparing it against the chart to measure the oxygen level in the water itself. So it's really with the oxygen component to it, that will help in areas where there is some blue-green algae to see if, you know, oxygen depletion or enrichment is actually making these things thrive. They're also trying to get into, I have to read my writing here, sorry about that. E. coli. They're also trying to develop an E. coli tester, and that'll be coming soon. And I thought that'd be kind of cool as well for the water
Well,
bodies.
If you can make a contact at the school, at the high school, and if they, that would be great.
Okay.
That would be great.
So this is sort of a leave it with me. I want to do some more
Okay,
exploration of it, just to talk it around town to see if there's any interest. I haven't even presented this to our group yet. You guys are the first to hear all this because I just collected this now basically this afternoon. Yeah, this is hot off the press. Thank you.
okay, thank you. Hartley?
If I could, help out with both of the ideas of the use of the raw materials from our sawmills is kind of interesting. Because there are some grants coming available with the shutdown of the factory in Espanola. Infrastructure Canada is looking for, potential spin-off businesses, and I just want to know what the municipal position would be in, kind of advocating or helping for that type of business or industry in our municipality. Yeah, exactly. So if you wouldn't mind passing along the details to me, and then I'll reach out to him and see what our position would be. And if, as soon as you get more information as well, I'll also keep my eyes out for grants. Okay. Yeah, but with our existing sawmills, like we have 4 of them in around the area. So, and they were wondering what to do with their sawdust because they used to. They're still trying to figure it out, so that's why I find it interesting.
Can you just make sure you get costs for the water kit? So we, thank you.
Yeah, if, yeah, whatever information you can kind of pass on to us and. Sorry, you need a mic, sorry.
Through you, Chair. In the Ontario government was looking at one of our buildings to go with biomass, use wood waste. There's some environmental emissions studies. And then there was another, we were looking at tying 2 large buildings in the Sioux to go to steam with wood waste from Wawa. And there was a Russian steam that would work in the wintertime that would give heat to buildings. But then there was a cost factor because they had to get the biomass moisture content down to a certain level. And they found that it worked in a business where you say made wood cupboards, then you had that waste that was already at that dry level. That was beneficial, but when you went to the raw wood waste from the mills, the moisture content was too high. They had to literally dry it before they could actually use it in the process to make an oil out of it. So there's been some studies, and there's a Beesman boilers that are biomass that you can go to a biomass, but then you need someone to feed it, and then you run into Ministry of Environment getting to emissions around that stack. And then sometimes in communities, it wasn't feasible because of the emission requirement. But if you're further away, it could work, but then you have to have the whole infrastructure put in and someone actually to go on board with all that. So it kind of worked with new builds than retrofits. So, yeah. Yeah. And with steam too, you got to cool that water down later. Then where does that water go? You can't dump it in the river because you raise the water temperature in the rivers and stuff like that. So it's very engineering that needs to be done.
Okay, thank you. Kevin. Myself, one thing I omitted, I did check with, coming back to Earth Day, not Lahaina Lumber, but Chutta Lumber, and Amy was already booked on the driving course for the firemen, but next year she's interested. So, and Rethink Green again, they're supposed to send me, they're having He's supposed to send me the information, some kind of conference. He says it would benefit municipalities. I said, send me the information and we'll see. So that's it. And that's it for me. So if there's nothing else from anyone, motion to adjourn. Dean, did you not, you were adjourning? Or that, Dean, did you have anything to add first?
Oh, thanks. No, I've been just listening with interest. I find it kind of fascinating, some of the topics that come up at an environmental committee meeting, but no, I have nothing else, and I'll second the motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Dean. All in favor? Carried.
Good night, all.
Good night.